And they are no different from any challenges a family faces on a regular basis. They face similar challenges which we face in family life, but on a larger scale. Just the numbers of family members have increased. That's all there is. How do we settle the scores within the family structure? With love and respect. We trust each other. When this trust and respect fails, family just breaks down. Then the same thing happens in a company. You keep struggling, and a lot of energies that could have gone into organizational build-up is now wasted or diverted in bringing harmony instead of harming each individual. Unless harmony is there, organization will be harmed irreversibly. So my role today is to find ways and means how to slow down this process and if at all, remove this attrition, remove this entropy that builds up in any organization. To me, being a pharmacist with my background, the best medicine is the one that prevents. Once something starts, it's difficult to cure. Not that it is incurable, but it becomes more and more difficult. Like vaccination. If vaccination is there, you can prevent many diseases. Likewise, certain work culture can work like vaccination. Prevents any attrition, prevents any irritability within the members of that organization. Let me share something with you from my college days. It was in the 4th year of my pharmacy. One renowned professor from University of Toronto was appointed to work as a dean at Ahmedabad Pharmacy College. He was promised the role. He was to be one of the best professors I have met in my life. Organization, the trustees of that society who was running this pharmacy school changed their mind after he left his comfortable stay that was there in Toronto. Now he came to Gujarat. No one received him at the airport. He came straight to college. College says we don't have accommodation, he go to the hostel. So he came, I was the first one to meet him. So I took him to the restaurant nearby at 11 p.m. and made him sleep in my room. Now, can you imagine if you were that person who moved, changed everything from his life, a renowned professor from Toronto University, coming to India. So it speaks a lot about that organization. Afterward, his colleagues could not tolerate his knowledge. He came from a different background. His approach to education was so different, revolutionary, but his colleagues could not tolerate him. There was constant struggle for him to survive in that atmosphere. One day, when I was coming from US to India, I thought of paying respect to him because I loved him a lot as my professor. And because of that first contact also. But I had learned he succumbed to heart attack. Stress, stressful environment killed the person. And in the process, what happens? A good person who could have contributed to welfare of the college, new level of education, did not happen. So there is a loss at both ends, at multiple levels. So environment we provide to our people is very, very important. Mutual respect should be there, respect for what the other person carries, knowledge, skills. They have to be honored. I give you another example from a diamond house. Dholakia family, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dholakia family from Surat. Few years back, all employees who were very key employees and contributed certain volume, almost 400 of them or 500 of them, the owners, the company owners, gave them all new car, and the next year after that, a new apartment. Everyone is fed lunch there for free. In a diamond house, generally they frisk you when you come out, but no one gets frisked in that place. More than 5,000 employees. So this speaks a lot about the environment, and more than environment, it is the recognition. How you recognize your people, and what do you do with this recognition? Do you reward them? Reward them with true worth that they deserve, or just give them one sari and one shirt on Diwali day? That is insulting. I give you another scenario from my Adhiguru Pujya Babaji Maharaj. He once wrote a letter to one of his associates in 50s, 1951 or 52. His son was newly getting married. The person whom he had written a letter to, and that associate's wife was being addressed. She was not very educated. So he wrote in that letter, I have requested so and so to read these letters for you. That since you are getting a new member in the family, Bahu aayegi, let there be sense of belonging. This sense of belonging will bring peace in the house. Imagine newlywed comes to your home, leaving her parents and familiar environment, comes to you, arrives at your home. How do you treat this person? And also a message for the newcomer that you must have sense of belonging now that I belong to this family. In the corporate world, we have to create this sense of belonging, mutual sense of belonging. Unless and until the sense of belonging comes, no company can expect to be creative and more productive. There are companies who has perhaps 4-figure profit lines or 5-figure profit lines or 6 figures, and you compare with another company with similar outcomes. Take the interviews of people. Who comes ahead? Both have the similar bottom line. Where there is happiness, comfort, amongst the employees will score better in next coming years versus the one that is demanded to create certain profit lines. So one has to become rather balance between must and should. I cannot enforce like, or I cannot demand that you have to do this. We have to work in a way that they also maintain that honor, that respect, and still remain productive. I would not like to blow my own trumpets, but what I had implemented in my organizational structure, I had ran many pharmacies in the United States. First one was in 1984. The employees that I have, not even one has left except they say kick the bucket. And then multiple pharmacies, they're still there. I have one principle, you want vacation? Go ahead. No one is going to abuse the system. The day you want to call sick, go ahead, but make sure somebody else is also there to back you up. You're buying a house, you need a loan, you need someone to sign for you, go ahead, we'll help you out on that. So when you are honoring your employees, your members, with whom you spend more time than the family members at home, more time we spend with them, more than parents, more than spouses, more than children, that environment has to be better than that of home. So we should be able to create that. And more than creating this external environment, how is your inner environment? Company, if you want to be really, really solid and have that high, not IQ or